Hi everyone, my name is Bridget and welcome to my channel. Have you ever felt like your life just stopped making sense? Like the things that used to matter don't feel the same anymore? And there's this deep feeling inside you that something is changing but you can't fully explain it. I want to talk about that today because maybe you're not lost, maybe you're waking up. For a long time I thought something was wrong with me. I thought I was broken, disconnected, searching for something I couldn't explain. Because when your life has been difficult, when you've gone through trauma, loss, disappointment, or deep emotional pain, you start questioning everything. You question yourself, you question your life, and sometimes you even question God. But looking back now, I can see something I couldn't see then. God wasn't abandoning me, He was waking me up. And I think many people are going through the same thing or the same process right now. There's this feeling that something in the world feels different. People are tired, disconnected, and spiritually exhausted. And I think part of that is because we spend so much of our lives living outside of ourselves. Constant distraction, pressure, and constant fear. But eventually life reaches a point where your soul starts asking deeper questions. Questions like, who am I really? Why am I here? What actually matters? And where is God in all of this? And those questions can feel uncomfortable because awakening doesn't always feel peaceful in the beginning. Sometimes it feels like confusion. Sometimes it feels like your old life no longer fits, but the new version of you hasn't fully arrived yet. And that space in between can feel very lonely and very uncomfortable. But I want you to hear me clearly. This doesn't mean you are failing. It means that something inside you is becoming aware. In the teachings of Jesus Christ, He says the truth will set you free. But what I've learned is that before truth sets you free, it usually shakes you first. Because truth asks you to look honestly at your life, your wounds, your patterns, your fears. And that's hard, but it's also where healing begins. I used to think awakening meant suddenly having all the answers. Now I understand it differently. Awakening is becoming honest. Honest about what hurts, honest about what no longer serves you, honest about the parts of yourself you've been avoiding. And slowly through that honesty, God starts rebuilding you. Not into who the world told you to be, but in who you are, who you were created to be. Romans 12 verse 2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That verse hits differently when you've actually lived it, because transformation is not instant. It is a process, a slow process sometimes. And one of the hardest parts is learning to trust God while everything inside you feels uncertain. But I've come to realize something important. Faith is not pretending everything is okay. Faith is continuing to walk even when you don't fully understand where the road is leading. And for many of us, God allows certain struggles because they wake us up. Not to punish us, but to teach us, to show us what we needed to heal, what we needed to release, and where we've been living disconnected from ourselves and from Him. Now, that doesn't mean every painful thing was meant to happen, but I do believe God can use even our darkest moments or hardest moments to shape us into something wiser, deeper, and more compassionate. And honestly, some of the moments I thought were destroying me were actually the moments that started changing me, not overnight, but little by little. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe your life feels uncertain. Maybe you feel emotionally exhausted. Maybe you feel like you're outgrowing an old version of yourself. If so, I want you to know you are not alone. And you are not crazy for feeling like something inside you is changing. Just stay grounded, stay honest, stay connected to God, and don't rush the process. Because awakening is not about becoming better than anyone else, it's about becoming more aware, more truthful, more aligned with love, wisdom, and faith. And that journey begins within. So if this message spoke to you today, let me know in the comments. And if you're on this journey too, subscribe and join me for real conversations about faith, healing, awakening, and walking with God in everyday life. So that's my message for today. God bless.